Quiero darles a todos la bienvenida por estar aquí, en nombre de nosotros, en lo de la NFPA, también el capítulo de NFPA que está colaborando muchísimo en estos eventos, porque hemos llegado a un punto en el cual la protección contra incendios ya es una realidad y está tomando mucho más importancia en nuestro país. Vamos a tener durante el día expositores justamente con los temas que son realmente de importancia en nuestra realidad latinoamericana. Si ustedes ven la programación, hemos identificado temas, por ejemplo, que son de mucha importancia, como rociadores, bombas, también los temas de criterios de América Latina y en el Perú, detecciones, que son temas que también tienen mucha vigencia ahorita en nuestro medio, la normativa nacional vigente y la que tenemos en la región y bueno, queremos también desde el punto de vista de los bomberos vamos a tener la realidad en la parte de seguridad de protección contra incendios. Tenemos varios enfoques dentro de este mismo evento que nos van a poder dar luz sobre temas que quizás tenemos cuestionamientos, dudas, ¿no? Y la idea de este foro es poder aclarar justamente esas cosas, que ustedes puedan preguntar, puedan compartir entre ustedes ideas, no solamente en este foro, sino afuera, que también a la hora que tenemos nuestros coffee breaks. Así que lo que vamos a hacer, si ven ustedes en su programa, que lo tienen todos, que tienen colgado el programa, lo tienen ahí colgado en su photocheck, pueden ir siguiendo la programación para que no la pierdan. Entonces, vamos a arrancar ahora con las palabras del señor James Shannon, que es el presidente del NFPA. Contamos con el honor de que haya venido a compartir tiempo con nosotros, lo cual nos demuestra la importancia que el NFPA nos está dando a nosotros como país. Vamos a tener las palabras de él y vamos a tener la primera presentación que va a estar a cargo de Gerardo Pérez, que es el primer bloque de la mañana, que termina a las 11. Y luego vamos a hacer un bloque de preguntas, 15 minutos, si ustedes ven la programación, antes de salir a un coffee break entre las 11:15 y 11:45. Vamos a tratar de ajustarnos lo más que podamos a los horarios para poder cumplir con esto. Y luego tenemos un segundo bloque en la mañana, que es a partir de las 11:45, que es rociadores automáticos y luego las pruebas de aceptación de bombas, ¿no? Todos temas técnicos que tenemos a los expositores en los retornos de Colombia y Dominicana acá de Venezuela. Luego también, después de estas dos presentaciones, vamos a tener el bloque de preguntas. Vamos a tener un refrigerio fuera para el tiempo que vamos a descansar. Para todos los que deseen quedarse por equipo del hotel, vamos a tener, como les digo, un refrigerio también para que puedan quedarse con nosotros a esperar el segundo bloque en la tarde a las 2:30. Y bueno, como ven en el programa vamos a tener al expositor, uno de los expositores principales, que es el señor James Milke, que es el decano de la Facultad de Protección contra Incendios, Ingeniería de Protección contra Incendios de la Universidad de Maryland, al señor Justin Méndez y al especialista que ustedes ya todavía conocen, a Javier Moncada, que nos va a hablar sobre la generación eléctrica. Entonces, ese es el plan del primer día. Y entrando entonces con lo que va a ser nuestro programa, vamos a empezar con las palabras del señor James Shannon, como dije, él es presidente del NFPA. Tenemos el honor de tenerlo presente. Él ha trabajado mucho y trabaja mucho con lo que es la protección contra incendios a nivel mundial. Se sabe que las normas NFPA no solamente son de Estados Unidos, sino se utilizan a través de todo el mundo. Y eso es un poquito el mensaje que les vamos a dar a todos. No son unas normas solamente gringas, como diríamos, ¿no? Sino realmente la experiencia que ellos pueden aportar se ve reflejada a través del mundo y el mundo también aporta esas normas. Entonces, yo lo quiero dejar con el señor Chinchano, que va a hacernos la apertura a este foro. Le damos la bienvenida y muchas gracias a todos ustedes por estar aquí con nosotros. Tenemos el honor de tenerlo presente, Chinchano, que va a hacernos la apertura a este foro. Le damos la bienvenida y muchas gracias a todos ustedes por estar aquí con nosotros.
Good morning, and thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here today in Lima. This is unfortunately for me a very quick trip. I've been throughout many different parts of Latin America, but have not been here before. I hope I can come back and see some more of the country at some point near in the future. I'd like to begin by thanking Maria Isabel and the members of all of her staff from Engine Zone and all the members of the NFPA chapter for the work that they've done in organizing this event, which I think is so important. I can't say enough how we have seen the results around the world of greater technical training in reducing fires and saving lives and protecting property. I think one of the great things about living in this age is it is so much easier than it used to be for people around the world to collaborate in sharing their experience in addressing these kinds of problems. So I'm grateful to be here to participate with you. I want to thank the sponsors, and I want to also thank all of you for being here. You know, the NFPA chapter in Peru was organized in 2009, and this is the third Congress which has been organized under the chapter's leadership. And as the leader of an organization which is dedicated to reducing fires throughout the world, I really see firsthand the value of these kinds of events. They're very important, and I think your being here today shows that you think that they're important as well, and I think will make a big difference in the life of Peru. I'd like to take just a couple of minutes because I know that not all of you are familiar with NFPA, to tell you a little bit about our organization. We are an international, private, non-profit organization, and we were founded in the United States in 1896. And I would say that over the last 2 decades or so, we have really transformed ourselves from being a United States-focused organization into a truly global organization. And to help advance those efforts, we have offices in Canada and Mexico. We have a representative in France. We have an office in China. And in just this month, we opened an office in the United Arab Emirates, serving the Middle East. And many of our codes have been translated into Spanish, into French, into Portuguese, Japanese, Thai, Arabic, Chinese, and Korean. But I have to tell you also that from the very beginning of our efforts about 2 decades ago to be more global, Latin America has been the focus of those efforts. We consider it to be the top priority for collaboration. I'm very honored to be at the head table today with Jaime Moncada, my dear friend from Colombia, who was really responsible for this NFPA focus on Latin America, former member of the NFPA Board of Directors, and he was there from the very beginning in shaping our global strategy and into introducing NFPA into Latin America, beginning with Colombia, but now spreading throughout the whole region. We're keenly aware of the value of bringing people together to work toward our common goal of enhanced safety. And our organization, NFPA, considers itself very fortunate to benefit from the involvement of its members, thousands of volunteers, and many international counterparts, as we strive to fulfill our mission of reducing the worldwide burden of fire and other hazards. We need and appreciate those who join us in this mission. I know that one of the later keynote speakers today will be Professor Jim Milkey from the University of Maryland, and he is probably the best example of what I'm talking about. We rely on volunteer expertise, people who are viewed as being international experts in various areas of fire protection, to involve themselves in the NFPA system. Professor Milkey's been a member of the NFPA Standards Council, which is the highest technical body within NFPA. And we are very, very fortunate to have thousands of volunteers, each of whom bring their experience and expertise to our system to try to enhance knowledge and understanding of various methods of fire protection. And so this isn't something we do alone. In fact, your participation in this forum and related activities throughout Latin America are excellent examples of how people work together to improve fire safety. And I'm proud to say that we have 8 influential chapters throughout Latin America. Dedicated volunteers are working hard to expand fire safety initiatives through chapters in Mexico, and Colombia, and the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico, and Venezuela, Argentina, and of course, the chapter right here in Peru. And the role of those chapters, I think, is critical to the mission. Now, modern fire codes, and in particular, those developed by NFPA, trace their origin to the development of automatic sprinkler systems. Sprinklers, though effective in putting out a fire, were originally installed in so many different ways that way back when they began, they weren't very reliable. And out of this experience back in the 19th century grew the need for codes and standards, and that's where NFPA came from. Representatives of the insurance industry, people from the engineering community around MIT in Boston came together and formed an organization to write standards for automatic sprinklers. And from that day until this, NFPA has grown into all aspects of fire and electrical safety. And it was really those beginnings that have ultimately made it possible for NFPA to develop about 300 consensus-based codes and standards. And the codes of NFPA influence every building and process, service, design, and installation in the United States as well as in many other countries. Some of our most widely used codes for the built environment are NFPA 1, which is our fire prevention code, NFPA 70, which is the National Electrical Code, NFPA 101, the Life Safety Code, and of course NFPA 13, which is the standard for the installation of sprinkler systems. All of them are available in Spanish. We are committed at NFPA to creating a true consensus among those interested in public safety, and our codes and standards save lives and protect property around the world. And one of the things that I think is so important about the way NFPA does things is our process is very inclusive. We want to have, sitting at the table where the technical decisions are made, anybody who has a legitimate experience or expertise that can help improve those codes and standards. So we have people from the technical community, but we have the fire service, we have enforcement officials, we have users, we have installers, we have manufacturers, we have insurance companies there. Anybody who can contribute something should be able to participate in some fashion in our system. It's an open system, it's a transparent system. We hope that you're a member of NFPA, but even if you're not a member of NFPA, you can participate in that system. And we've recently changed so that we now have a very much technology-based. So our standards are developed in an online fashion. So you can participate and watch the development of the standard as it goes through the process. So if there's an area of particular expertise that you have, I encourage you, to go online, to become aware of what is happening with the technical committees working on those standards, and to participate, if you can, in that process. And we've given a commitment that we're going to try to broaden all international participation in the codes and standards development process, and I invite you to do that. As part of that commitment, we also provide free access to our codes and standards. And what does that mean? It means that, while we still rely on the monies that we get from the sale of codes and standards to fund our system, we're not funded by the government.